Welcome to Insurance Information Provider. In this channel we always provide information about insurance from all over the world. Please don't forget to subscribe and press bell icon. Thanks. 360 Methodology for life insurance. The following describes our 360 approach to researching and analyzing life insurance companies to provide guidance to prospective consumers. 1. We research the companies and products people care most about. U.S. News analyzed and compared a variety of publicly available data, including internet search data, to determine which life insurance brands Americans are most interested in. We found 31 companies that stand out in terms of volume of searches and research among consumers, as well as across the different rating sources. Once we identified these companies, we reviewed insurance companies' data to determine every available life insurance product offered by each company at the time of publication. We focused on companies with policies that are widely available, so we excluded a certain number of policies that are only available through employers and not available for individuals. We compared available coverages and packages from top life insurance companies across several criteria, including cost, coverage limits, policy features, and availability. Research shows that these criteria are among the most important considerations for people shopping for life insurance. We compared costs across companies using two types of estimated cost information per company: a summary cost relative to the company in our main review page, as well as more detail about costs by specific policy in our company profiles. At the company level, we offer what we call a base cost, a cost representing a 25-year-old Virginia woman in excellent health getting a typical 10-year term, $250,000 life insurance policy from a given company. By keeping certain criteria consistent, such as state of residence, we make it easier for readers to compare costs by company. In our company profiles, we show cost estimates regarding every specific policy for which online quote information was available at the time of publication. Where available, quote information has been provided from each company. We provided the same information to each company, and got the quote either using publicly available online quoting tools, direct conversations with the companies, or both. In addition, we show the costs for a range of typical individuals, including 25, 35 and 45-year-old males and females residing in Virginia and in excellent health. All prices shown are for $250,000 policies, with a 10-year term for term life insurance and no term for permanent life and whole life insurance policies. This range of choices allows readers to understand insurance costs, although the best way to get an accurate estimate is to use a company's online tools as well as speak to company agents. 2. We created objective 360 overall ratings based on an analysis of third-party reviews. U.S. News 360 Reviews team applied an unbiased methodology that includes opinions from independent life insurance experts and third-party reviews. Our scoring methodology is based on a composite analysis of the ratings and reviews published by credible third-party professional and consumer review sources. The ratings are not based on personal opinions or experiences of U.S. News. To calculate the ratings, we compiled two types of third-party ratings and reviews: professional ratings and reviews. Many independent life insurance evaluating sources have published their assessments of life insurance companies and products online. We consider several of these third-party reviews to be reputable and well-researched. However, professional reviewers often make recommendations that contradict one another. Rather than relying on a single source, U.S. News believes consumers benefit most when these opinions and recommendations are considered and analyzed collectively with an objective, consensus-based methodology. Consumer ratings and reviews. U.S. News also reviewed published consumer ratings and reviews of life insurance providers. Sources with a sufficient number of quality consumer ratings and reviews were included in our scoring model. Please note that not all professional and consumer rating sources met our criteria for objectivity. Therefore, some sources were excluded from our model. B. We standardized the inputs to create a common scale. The third-party review source data were collected in a variety of forms, including ratings, recommendations, and accolades. Before including each third-party data point into our scoring equation, we had to standardize it so that it could be compared accurately with data points from other review sources. We use the scoring methodology described below to convert these systems to a comparable scale. The 360 scoring process first converted each third-party rating into a common 0 to 5 scale. To balance the distribution of scores within each source's scale, we used a standard deviation, or z-score calculation to determine how each company that a source rated was scored in comparison to the source's mean score. We then used the z-score to create a standardized U.S. News score using the method outlined below. Calculating the z-score. The z-score represents a data point's relation to the mean measurement of the data set. The z-score is negative when the data point is below the mean and positive when it's above the mean. A z-score of 0 means it's equal to the mean. To determine the z-score for each third-party rating of a company, we calculated the mean of the ratings across all companies evaluated by the third-party source. We then subtracted the company's rating from the mean and divided it by the standard deviation to produce the z-score. Calculating the t-score. We used a t-score calculation to convert the z-score to a 0 to 100 scale by multiplying the z-score by 10. To ensure that the mean was equal across all data points, we added our desired scoring mean between 0 and 10 to the t-score to create an adjusted t-score. Calculating the common scale rating. We divided the adjusted t-score, which is on a 100-point scale, by 20 to convert the third-party rating to a common 0 to 5-point system. C. We calculated the 360 overall score based on a weighted average model. We assigned source weights to each source used in the consensus scoring model based on our assessment of how much the source is trusted and recognized by consumers and how much its published review process indicates that it is both comprehensive and editorially independent. The source weights are assigned on a 1 to 5 scale. Any source with an assigned weight less than 2 was excluded from the consensus scoring model.